Hi, it's me again. Olatunji Shobodu is my name. I'm your anchor, and this is Leadership in 30 Minutes. Leadership in 30 Minutes. And today is serious business. I want to speak on a subject that is very, very crucial and is very dear to my heart. And if you ask me, this is probably one of my key area of calling when it comes to the subject of leadership. Leading without character. Leading without character. Leading without character. It's a serious, serious issue. And I'm going to ask us to stop celebrating certain kinds of leaders. I believe we've been celebrating the wrong set of leaders. Yes, you have been celebrating the wrong set of leaders. And maybe I did so for a long while before I got to know better. There are leaders to celebrate, but they are not the ones that you are celebrating. They are not the flamboyant ones. They are not the ones that look like they are successful. We've been celebrating the wrong set of leaders. And right away, let's get to it. We've been celebrating those who lead without character. Celebrating leaders who lead without character. These leaders are not to be celebrated. No matter the results that they are believed to have achieved, they are not to be celebrated. To celebrate them is to celebrate wrong. To celebrate them is to vote for danger. To celebrate them is to compromise the future. All right? When you truly look at them, they leave no lasting legacy. They leave no lasting legacy. All right? They lead without character. And so if they produce any leader, in quotes, they produce leaders after their kind. Leaders who also have no regard for character, but who celebrate or who focus on other things. What kinds of leaders are these? These are leaders who see their team members as raw material for them to get their so-called results. Their results are expressed in targets. Their results are expressed in numbers, in profit, in efficiency, in market share, and all those kinds of indicators, all right, which are fleeting in a sense and offer no lasting, little or no lasting legacy. And mark the use of my words. Leaders, such leaders, look at their people as raw material. That's what is given to them to use to produce their so-called results. They have little regard for their people. They pay little attention to what becomes of their people, all right, in their journey together. The relationship that is called leadership between such leaders and those who follow them is not characterized by value addition. People who follow them do not become men and women of character. They lack the strength of character. They are like the people who follow the Pharisees. All right. They have no intention, even though they pretend, they have no intention of adding any significant value to the lives of the people that follow them. And that's a big shame. All right. That's a big shame. The people that you are leading, the people that are following any leader, are not to be seen or treated as raw material. Yes, they are to support the leader, but they ought to be the greatest beneficiaries of that relationship, not the leader. And they benefit, all right, from being reproduced into better, far better versions of who they are. All right. They benefit because the leader through his input and through working with them, all right, facilitates transformation in their lives. And the transformation that is relevant is the transformation in character. Leadership must build strength of character in people. It is character that delivers or assures lasting legacy. So, who have you been celebrating as a good leader? The people who make the numbers, the people who achieve the targets, the one who look like, they are making waves because of their numbers. Well, you've got it all mixed up. A good leader, a true leader, a leader worth celebrating adds value to the lives of the people. They help the people to build character. For avoidance of doubt, nothing is more valuable, all right, in life than character. Nothing is more valuable. Let's put a context to this and let's maybe be properly guided. I love to use references, from who I believe to be the greatest leader that has ever lived. And that's consistent with with our commitment at Emet Leadership Academy, where we nurture leaders based on truth and where I am the chief facilitator. All right. If you look at what the Bible tells us in Matthew 4 and verse 19, Jesus said to the people there, he said, "Follow me and I will make you." He was speaking to a few, some guys that he was recruiting to become members of his team. These were people who were to look up to him, all right, for a value addition. He wanted them to be members of his team, but he had something on offer. He had something on offer. He said, "Follow me and I will make you fishers of men." All right, so the leader is a maker of men. The leader is a maker of those who follow. The leader is not a user of people. The leader is a maker of people. Ultimately, the people cooperate with you as a leader to make them. They help you to achieve your core purpose, which is not those targets. Those targets are secondary. All right. The real target is what you make of the people, all right, that you have been given responsibility for. What do you make of them? I love this, guide. I love this peculiar insights. Follow me and I will make you. All right. The problem with many leaders today is that they have nothing to offer the individual who is following them. They expect commitment, but they have nothing of value to offer. They expect commitment. Their focus is on meeting targets and not on the people who help them to meet those targets. All right. A true leader must offer lasting legacy value to those who follow. And you must be willing to hold yourself out and accountable to the people who have committed to follow you. The commitment to follow you must never be taken for granted because it is not cheap. It is not cheap. Commitment, Jesus himself knew that if the people do not commit, in which case if they don't follow, and following here means following with their heart. If they don't, whatever it is that he may have on offer, he won't be able to deliver it. All right? But in order to make them follow, he also must make it clear what's in it for them. And he made it clear what's in it for them. He said, look, my role in this relationship is to make you. And this is what I'm going to make you into. Fishers of men. Fishers of men. He was going to make them into people who are able to do certain things to other men. Says fishers of men. After all, he fished them out. For what purpose? So that he can make them into fishers of men. That is, people like himself. And people like himself means in terms of character, not primarily in terms of what it is that he's capable of doing. Because guess what? The smart approach to leadership is the replication of character. Because if you can replicate character, then you replicate capacity, all right, for people to do the same kinds of things that you are doing. And indeed, greater. And that's what he said. He said, if you will believe in me, if you will follow me, if you will strictly commit to me, if you will make following me priority in your life, in this journey, in this leadership relationship, then you will do greater works than I did. You will do greater works than I did. He was not saying that from the perspective that he was going to make them more skillful. No, he was going to first of all transform their character after his likeness, after his own nature. First of all, and thereafter, all right, having built that character as the foundation, he can then add other things. He can then add other things. That is the right approach. Those are the kinds of leaders to follow. The leaders who focus on building you, on making you true leaders. They are not the leaders who use you or who recruit you for the purpose of achieving their so-called targets, after which and out of which you gain nothing. Maybe at best, the organization, gives you a bonus, all right? But leadership is not about how much money you make. The value that a leader brings to your life is far more than issuing you a check, no matter how much it is. All right? What value will you place on character? What value will you place on character? What value will you place on character? Character is everything. Character is everything. Character must be everything to a leader. The focus of a leader must be on character. It takes me once again back to that famous quote, Norman Schwarzkopf. And he said, leadership is a potent combination of character and strategy. But if you must be without one, be without strategy. What he was saying, that under no circumstance should a leader trade character, focus on character for anything, not for strategy, not for skill. Next week, I would speak on the connection between character, strategy, and skill as it relates to leadership. It's important so that leaders, can pursue the right priorities, so that you know where these things stand and you can do leadership right as it ought to be done, as it ought to be done. People waste away, I said here, and are worse off under the tutelage of leaders who have no regard for character, who exhibit weak character themselves. All right? They waste away. If you are following such a leader, you are wasting away. You are wasting away because they are not focused on the purpose, on realizing, on pursuing, not let alone realizing the purpose of true leadership. They are not focused on the purpose of true leadership. True leadership is focused on transforming the person, the follower, not the leader. The responsibility of the leader is what transformation do you bring to the life of those who are following? And so it can't possibly be in the targets. All right. The relevant transformation that is personal is character, is character, is character, is character. I said the irony is that the people celebrate these leaders who have no regard for character, maybe because of their numbers and for some other irrelevant, attributes or features. Okay? Because not knowing that these leaders, all right, are feeding them with fish instead of teaching them how to fish. The true leader teaches you how to fish, not handing you perpetually fish. No wonder Jesus said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. I mean, you can look at that as well. It says, stop handing people fish. All right. Teach them how to fish. Stop emphasizing the acts. All right. Teach them the ways. Okay. Character is the means to replicating your acts as a leader. If you can build that character in others, you will see them do great things, indeed greater things than you are currently doing. And that means for you to be one who leads with character, you must be a man and a woman with strong character as well. And that character can be defined. It's not something, it's not a pie in the sky, and I'll do that in another broadcast. I'll do that so you know the essential elements of what is true character, the kind of character that you need to build. All right. While we're at it, I'll just give you an insight. At least two key attributes, moral excellence or integrity, if you like, and faithfulness or diligence. Very, very important. They are more valuable than a lot of the things that we place emphasis on, that many leaders wrongly place emphasis on. It's not, your leadership is not potent because of your strategy. Your leadership is not potent because of your skills. Your leadership is potent because of the strength of your character, of your character. And when you don't have character and you are leading, you are a danger to the people that you are leading. You should not be celebrated, no matter what your results are. I recall one of the things that Jack Welch used to do while he was, leading General Electric, in his days. Now, he was not only interested in the results that any of his leaders got or achieved. He didn't just celebrate the numbers. He would also interrogate how the numbers were achieved. How did you achieve the numbers? And if there was cutting corners or any contrary behavior, all right, that is identified, that the results that you achieve, your, meeting the targets will be completely discounted. In fact, what you would get would be a sanction, He made it clear that the numbers were only relevant to the extent that they were obtained, all right, through the right kind of behavior. He put character above the numbers. The truth is that if you build character, you would have great numbers. You are bound to have great numbers. You are bound to have great numbers. All right. So the idea of just focusing on the numbers and putting excessive pressure on the people to deliver without them gaining anything in the process is even mistaken. It's based on misinformation, a lack of understanding of how leadership truly works. It works through character. Build character. Yes, it's not easy to build men and women of character, but when you succeed in doing it, all right, the numbers will speak by themselves, and they will speak louder than you could possibly have achieved otherwise. And more than that, you would enjoy fulfillment, and you'll be able to sleep well at night as a leader. You'll be able to sleep well at night as a leader. Character makes other things, other kinds of impact meaningful. I mean, from that illustration from Jalk Wedge, character makes other things. The numbers are meaningful because of how they were obtained. The numbers are meaningful because they were obtained, all right, of how they were obtained. Character is what gives true meaning to leadership. Character is what gives true meaning to leadership. You think about it. Would you rather have somebody who is a person of integrity and achieves his numbers, or you would have someone who achieves great numbers but is a crooked person? All right? And usually, whichever one you have is a reflection of who you are as a leader, because a good tree would only produce good fruit, and vice versa. Vice versa. If you lack character, you can't lead with character. You would necessarily lead without character. That would be your mode of operation. That would be your mode of operation. So it's important that we begin to run with the right priorities. And it's in the best interest of followers to stop celebrating the wrong set of leaders. Stop applauding the wrong set of leaders. You are looking at the wrong thing. Leaders are not about what you have to eat today. They are not about how much money they make available for you today. They are not about, just making things easy for you today or serving you with crumbs. They are supposed to be about what transformation they make happen in your life. What transformation they make happen in your life. Thus, they will have a weightier responsibility that goes beyond numbers. A weightier responsibility that goes beyond numbers. I listened to somebody yesterday who was saying, we want a change in Nigeria, using Nigeria as a case study. He said, we want a change. He said, but is it possible to have a change in Nigeria without having a change in Nigerians? That's the job of leadership. There can be no change in what you call the entity, Nigeria, and its welfare, all right, and the welfare of its people, until there is a change in the people themselves. And the people will not change by themselves. The people will change because of leadership. The people, the change of Nigeria is truly going to come by the focus of leadership on changing the people, And you therefore need leaders with character, because they only can replicate character in the people. The people need you as a leader to replicate character more than skills. The greater value that you have to offer as a leader is character, not skills. I am not saying skills are not important. They have their place, but their place does not come before character. Stop putting the cart before the horse. All right, stop being in a haste. Stop mixing up your priorities as a leader. Let the people be your focus, their transformation, and indeed transformation in their character. Walk that path like Jesus did. Follow me and I will make you fishers of men. And I will make you fishers of men. All right? Refuse these leaders from playing on your intelligence. They have done enough damage. Now, focus on those who can give you what true leadership has to offer. That's my submission today. You can see it's a very serious matter. I consider it to be very serious. And whoever wants to do leadership right, has to build his own character so that he or she can focus on building the character of the people. If character is not in the equation, in your approach to leadership, if character is not number one, all right, in the value that you want to add to your people as a leader, then it's time to review your approach. It's time, to learn what is more important. And if there are people following you, it's time they review their relationship with you. So that's it for today on Leadership in 30 Minutes. And we have been speaking on the subject, leading without character. That's not the way to lead. And those who are being led by men and women without character, without emphasizing character, without placing character development at top priority, all right, they should stop being celebrated, no matter what it is that they may be at, what else they may be achieving, and certainly not the numbers. Certainly not the numbers. All right. That's what we have been talking about today. I hope you have gained something. And if you have contrary views or if you have supporting views, whatever your views, and if you have additional questions, please express them in the comments. I would look at them and promise to respond to them. And if this has been a blessing to you, share it with others. Let others gain from you. And if you need any assistance, with developing your capacity to lead and to be a leader indeed, all right, not like the ones we've just spoken about, then there are a number of programs that we have on offer. Check them out. And if it's coaching that you want, you can reach out to me. There's an email that is provided also in the description area. And let's see how we can help you. Once again, my name is Olatunji Shobodu, and I have been your anchor. I'll see you again Thursday next week when it will be another time on Leadership in 30 Minutes. Otherwise, see you on Monday for Leadership on Monday, so you can pick up your nugget for the week. God bless you. Bye-bye.